What's your Tyler's back with the retro reviews here on Tyler's Retro Reviews. With the last pre-WrestleMania reviews. TNA Destination X. TNA Destination X 2009. No. Next week. Well, now it's Friday, but fuck it. Next Thursday. Fuck it. It's still Thursday still. Next week it's WrestleMania reviews, and you know what they are. I'm not going to tell you what they are. WrestleMania is 9, 14, and 16. Yeah, I know it was called WrestleMania 2000, but it's still called WrestleMania 16 still. So yeah, I finally get to talk about WrestleMania 9. Is it as bad as people say it is? Yeah, we'll say that by next week. I know it's Friday now, but fuck it. But speaking of tomorrow, yeah, I know, it's already Friday, but me and my live review of SmackDown, and you're gonna wait until Batman Arkham City for that because I'm gonna plan on beating all three of those games. So I am halfway done with Arkham. Actually, I'm at the end of the game, but I had to stop playing it, so I had to talk about Destination X 2009, which is still a good show. I mean, the Destination X pay-per-views were always fun to watch, really. But anyways, March 15th at the Impact Zone in Orlando, Florida. So there's that. There's like 9 matches on the card, and 3 are changed. No, all 4. No, wait. Technically, all the titles were on the line on this show, rather. Because, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, all 5 changes were on the line, huh? So yeah, let's talk about this pay-per-view, and we'll move on from this all the way to the WrestleMania reviews. And there'll be a post WrestleMania review. Will be, and I think you know what it is on the community tab, or the what I posted. Yeah, for April. Yeah, a 6 knockout tag team match. The Governor. Who is she? Well, she was definitely on this gimmick, but this gimmick did not last long. Roxy and Taylor Wilde defeats the Beautiful People. This was just an impact match, really. A 4 out of 10 I'll give it. The last time I talked about it, I did star ratings, which I'm not going to do that for this one because I like to do like the match ratings and things like that. So there's that. And then we have Magnus defeating Eric Young. It's hilarious because Magnus now is SmackDown General Manager and is in 2K25 as like the GM of SmackDown on the My Rise. And, by the way, I had to play through that 4 times. I mean, it was a fun story, don't get me wrong. I talked about it on my main channel also, so there's that. It's cool to that, but I was not the biggest fan of Nick Aldis, but he's doing fine as a GM of SmackDown, but nothing beats Teddy Long. But anyways, this is another match that's just been on TV, really. But it was whatever. I give it a 4 out of 10. Anyways, then we get a match of 10,000 tacks match. It's a match where you have to put your opponent into the thumbtacks, really. Yeah. Matt Morgan defeats Abyss. It's kind of... I'm talking about Abyss here. Abyss is going to be in WWE2K25 as a DLC character, which I said that already. But I'm hoping we get some Rivals commentary with him and AJ Styles, so that's one of the reasons why I'm excited to see Abyss in a WWE game. But still. This was actually a fun match. And yeah, Morgan and Abyss had a better match at Lockdown the following month, which I might talk about that pay-per-view probably after WrestleMania reviews, but not after the third one I'm talking about. It's a different Lockdown pay-per-view. I think you obviously know what that one is, but anyways. Still, a fun match. I give it a 7 out of 10. Fun match. And then we get the first championship match of the night for the TNA Knockouts Championship. Asuka defeats some joiner, some jobber bolt, as Marky would say. Yeah, this was not a good match. 0. It was a terrible match. Awesome Kong was a great wrestler, but some jumper bolt was... Nobody cares about her, really. But yeah, terrible match. Then we get Scott Steiner and Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe was doing this weird gimmick, and him and Scott Steiner had a match. Scott Steiner won by disqualification, but this wasn't really much of a match. It was mostly just an angle, really. Yeah. And apparently Samoa Joe killed Scott Steiner or something like that later on in the period, but Scott Steiner was still alive after this. So, what was the point of that? If you want to see a good Scott Steiner Samoa Joe match, I recommend Slammiversary 2006. Maybe in June I'll probably talk about that show again, because I really enjoyed 2006 TNA. But anyways, then we get for the TNA Legends Championship. Yeah, that title. It went from the Legends Championship to the Global Championship. It went from the Television Championship to the King of the Mountain Championship to the fucking whatever we want to call it. This title. Yeah. AJ Styles defeats Booker T to win the Legends Championship. Best match of the night. And, you know, Booker T's run in TNA was... As much as I love Booker T, his run in TNA was... Other than the Main Event Mafia, this run was not great. I don't know if he was phoning it in or he was getting older. I think it's the other one, really. You know, him and AJ had some really sweet chemistry together. Yeah. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. Match of the night, really. And this was during the whole Main Event Mafia versus Frontline storyline, which this was actually a good storyline, you know, with the Mafia against the TNA Originals and stuff like that. It was better than the New Blood Millionaires Club 9 years prior in WCW, let's just be fair here. And gee, I wonder who booked that storyline also. Yeah, it's Vince Russo. But anyways, then we get the Off the Wagon challenge for the TNA Tag Team titles. This was this weird thing where Beer Money is challenging random teams in a Off the Wagon challenge. And if one of them loses, they lose their careers in TNA, which is... It was a weird storyline, really. Team 3 defeats Beer Money by countout. On Wikipedia, it says a no disqualification Off the Wagon challenge, which... How the fuck can they end in a fucking countout? And Team 3 did not win the tag titles here, which... It's kind of deja vu because 3 years prior at Final Resolution, they should have been AMW for the tag titles there. But Team 3 will win the TNA tag titles at the Fallen Pay-Per-View Lockdown. Which doesn't make no fucking sense, really. They should have won the tag team titles here, but... Again, if I might do Lockdown 06 for that. Or Lockdown 09. No, oh my god. I did Lockdown 06 last year. My bad. But yeah. I hated the finish of it. I get a 7 out of 10. Good match. Awful finish, really. Then we get the Ultimate X match for the TNA X Division Championship. Suicide defeats Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, Consequences Creed, aka Xavier Woods, and Jay Lethal. I'm not going to that whole joke of who is he, because you know, if you ever played the TNA game, I mentioned that, I did review that like 3 years ago. And you probably know why. But the name, yeah, it's not a, whatever. This was a fun Ultimate X match. I mean, it's hard to criticize a match like this. The finish came in Suicide jumps off. You can see on the cover. He jumps off like the top of the truss of the holding the cables. Everyone falls down. He grabs the belt and he wins the X Division Championship. You know, 8 out of 10. Second best match of the night. And then finally, 8 matches down, 1 more match to go. It's time for the main event of Destination X 2000. It's main event time. For the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, with Jeff Jarrett as the special guest referee and Mick Foley as the special enforcer. Speaking of people who did not have a great run in TNA, Mick Foley, again, it's probably because of his age. But yeah. Sting defeats Kurt Angle to retain the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Bound for Glory 2007, this was not. Unfortunately. This led to Sting versus Mick Foley at Lockdown. Why? Again, that's probably the reason why I want to talk about Lockdown tonight, for that ridiculous end to Sting's title run, because he had a really good run at the world title. But still, this was not a great main event. I'll be fair, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. You know, I mean, Foley inadvertently hit Sting with the chair. I mean, I kind of expected it too, but yeah, that's like the Team Jarrett versus Team Angle at Lockdown in a lethal Lockdown match, and Sting and Mick Foley at Lockdown also. So there's that. So Destination X 2009, fun, good show, I say. You know, I give it a 6.8 out of 10. After going through those last 2 periods I did on this channel, revisiting them, those were ECW Living Dangerously 2000 and WCW Uncensored 2000. You can see up there. So, it's time for my best and worst match of Destination X 2009. I give the best match of the show to AJ Styles versus Booker T for the Legends Championship. And I give the worst match of the show to Awesome Kong versus some jobber boat for the Knockout Championship. So yeah, next week is WrestleMania 9. Oh boy. Again, isn't it bad as people say it is? Stay tuned next week. And SmackDown review will be Friday. And you will wait until the other 2 Batman game reviews. The Arkham ones, that is. Arkham City and Arkham Origins, because I want to play through those games and beat them, really. Bye-bye. Also like this video, comment below, and subscribe to this channel right here also, and click the notification bell so you can see WrestleMania 9 next week. And tomorrow will be my SmackDown review live also. Forgot. Bye-bye.